As there should be standing on podiums, the horn sounds. Marcus Phoenix, Black Garfield, and Victor Zayas work together to gather supplies. Saturn breaks Frank Sinatra's nose. Hector runs away. Rafael Nadal runs away. Matt Tofton, Tony Green, Hugh Jackman, and Tom Bossett share everything together. Citron runs away. Miami Guts finds a canteen full of water. Grover runs away. Ray runs away. Oswald Cobblepot kills Mondo with his own weapon. Weiss Schnee runs away. Doomfist runs away. Bertolt Huva runs away. George Foreman clutches a first aid kit. Maui stays for resources. Aswell runs away. Solomon Grundy kills Johnson with a sickle. Winston runs away. Taiga Almakato shoots an arrow at Hagrid but misses and kills Peakfinger. Cryos Gaming runs away. The Duke and Cardusai Malak fight for a bag. The Duke gives up. Rachel Gould, Palpatine, Manbat, Cyclone, Dr. Neocortex, and Angie run away. Gorillafant, Io, and Gorilla Grodd work together. Zenyatta breaks Davy Jones' nose. Nick Fury, Popes, and Yaggaroth run away. Carla Zeus snaps Jojo Siwa's neck. Miami Guts attacks Io, but she escapes. Marcus Phoenix whips fruit from a tree. Taiga Amakado defeats Zenyatta, but spares his life. George Foreman searches for a water source. Gorilla Grodd is perked by thorns while picking berries. The Duke receives clean water. Tony Green receives a hatchet. Hugh Jackman makes a slingshot. Maui receives a hatchet. Victor Zsasz searches for water. The Popes search for water. Hagrid defeats Tom Buffett but spares him. Grover thinks about home. Saturn and Black Garfield split up. Bertolt Tuva steals from Ray when she isn't looking. Carlos is searching for firewood. Crossgaming discovers River. Doomfist runs away from Weiss. Angie and Palpatine hunt together. Citron sprains his ankle running away from Winston. Davy Jones repeatedly stabs Cardusai Malik to death with size. Gorillafant stabs Hector in the back with a trident. Solomon Grundy thinks about home. Yaggaroth, Aswell, and Nick Fury get into a fight. Yaggaroth kills them both. Oswald Cobblepot spears fish. Rafael Nadal searches for firewood. Manbat overhears Rachel Gould talking to Dr. Neocortex. Matt Tofton sees smoke. Frank Sinatra begs for Cyclone to kill him. He refuses. Rafael Nadal cooks food. Rachel Gould sets off an explosive, killing Miami Guts, Matt Tofton, and Grover. Weiss Schnee catches Tom Boffett off guard and kills him. Black Garfield looks at the night sky. Tony Green defeats Dr. Neocortex but spares his life. Saturn receives an explosive. Carla Zeus sees a fire. Man-Bat screams for help. Gorilla Grodd sets Marcus Phoenix on fire with a Molotov. Cyclone decapitates Angie with a sword. Yaggaroth and Victor Zsasz run into each other in truce. Hugh Jackman thinks about home. Davy Jones and Winston sweep in shifts. Frank Sinatra and Bertolt Hoover run into each other and decide to truce. Tiger Amakado shoots an arrow at Oswald Cobblepot but misses and kills Cryos Gaming. That's the second time he's done that. This guy sucks. Zenyatta and Ray tell stories about themselves to each other. Doomfist questions his sanity. Hagrid stabs Solomon Grundy while his back is turned. Palpatine tracks down and kills George Foreman. Citron poisons Maui's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. Io and the Pope track down and kill the Duke. Gorillafant is awoken by nightmares. Palpatine attacks Gorillafant but he escapes. Frank Sinatra's trap kills Io. Weiss Schnee chases Oswald Cobblepot. Saturn scares off Dr. Neocortex. Manbat is pricked by thorns. Rachel Gould stabs Cyclone in the back with a trident. Bertolt Hoover diverts the Pope's attention and runs away. Hugh Jackman, Rafael Nadal, and Gorilla Grodd successfully ambush and kill Carla Zeus, Hagrid, and Doomfist. Maui questions his sanity. Yaggaroth goes hunting. Taiga Amakado severely slices Zenyatta with a sword. Ray constructs a shack. Winston dies of an infection. Black Garfield forces Davy Jones to kill Tony Green or Victor Zsasz. He refuses to kill, so Black Garfield kills him instead. Alright, 19 people died that day. It's going fast. Bertolt Hoover falls to his death. Dr. Neocortex receives clean water. Saturn is decided where he is. Maui is unable to start a fire. Black Garfield and Rachel Gould tell each other stories. The Popes receives fresh food. Rafael Nadal kills Taiga Mikado with a hatchet. Man-Bat cries himself to sleep. Hugh Jackman looks at the night sky. Tony Green is unable to start a fire. Gorillafant stays awake all night. Palpatine is unable to start a fire. Victor Zsasz kills himself. Frank Sinatra passes out. Gorilla Grodd and Yaggaroth tell each other stories. Oswald Cobblepot tends to Weiss Schnee's wounds. Ray tries to treat her infection. Gorillafant receives an explosive. Palpatine steals from Dr. Neocortex. Saturn receives fresh food. Rachel Gould questions his sanity. Black Garfield explores arena. Rafael Nadal runs away from Hugh Jackman. Yaggaroth and Weiss Schnee fight the Popes and Ray. The Popes and Ray survive. Frank Sinatra, Tony Green, and Oswald Cobblepot hunt together. Man-Bat receives an explosive. Maui receives medical supplies. Gorilla Grodd makes a spear. The Popes, Ray, Gorilla Grodd, and Oswald Cobblepot sleep in shifts. Frank Sinatra thinks about winning. Maui, Rafael, Nadal, and Black Garfield sleep in shifts. Dr. Neocortex, Man-Bat, and Rachel will discuss the games. Saturn decapitates Palpatine with a sword. Hugh Jackman tries to treat his infection. Tony Green snaps Gorillafant's neck. The cornucopias are replenished. Saturn strangles Man-Bat with a rope. Rafael Nadal decides not to go. Tony Green steals Gorilla Grodd's memoirs. Frank Sinatra decides not to go. The Popes gather food. Oswald Cobblepot decides not to go. Dr. Neocortex kills Hugh Jackman with a hatchet. Ray decides not to go. Maui sobs while gripping a photo of his friends and family. Black Garfield convinces Ra's al Ghul to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Rafael Nadal kills Tony Green with his own weapon, a bug. Black Garfield attacks the Popes, but they escape. Ray receives clean water. Maui pushes Gorilla Grodd off a cliff during a knife fight. Oswald Cobblepot attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Frank Sinatra, killing them both. Saturn receives a hatchet. Dr. Neocortex goes fishing. Rafael Nadal questions the sanity of the Popes. Think about home. Dr. Neocortex quietly hums. Black Garfield sets off an explosive, killing Ray, Saturn, and Maui. The Popes beg for Rafael Nadal to kill him, but he refuses. Dr. Neocortex searches for firewood. Black Garfield dies of dysentery. The Popes tend to Rafael Nadal's wounds. Dr. Neocortex receives medical supplies. Rafael Nadal falls into a pit and dies. Dr. Neocortex dies of hunger. The Popes, they win. Okay.